This is the full tutorial for the Fall Guys Lego Puzzle Box by Cheat3. Alright, we're going to start building up on this 6x8 plate. And the first thing you want to do is have this 1x6 brick. And we're going to put this right on the edge here. And then I've used a 1x2 brick and a 1x1 brick, but you can also use a 1x3 there if you have it in this color. Those are going to go on this side. This is a 1x3 plate. And then these are all 2x4 tiles. You need 3 of those. This is a 1x4 tile and a 1x2 tile. If you have a 1x6 tile, that also works. And then the same thing on this side, a 1x4 tile and a 1x2 tile. So I should also note for this box, I'm using what I have available. You can substitute different sets of plates or bricks if you need to. For example, here I'm using a 4x6 plate and then this 2x4 and a 2x2. If you have a 6x6 plate, that works better here. I didn't have that, so I'm just using this configuration. So I'm going to set that on top of those white tiles. And then next we have a 1x2 plate on this side, a 1x1 tile, a 1x1 plate, and this 2x2 corner plate. On this side, a 1x3 plate, a 1x2 plate, this 1x1 tile, a 2x2 corner plate, and a 1x1 plate. Right now these are just kind of floating freely, but we will secure them in just a minute. Okay, for this next step, I'm actually going to slide these plates out for now. And I'm going to take this 1x3 plate, sorry, 1x3 tile, put that there, a 2x2 tile here, a 2x2 corner plate, a 1x1 tile, and a 1x3 tile. And now we're going to slide all that back under. These are both 1x6 plates. We're going to stack those and they'll sit right here. Next we have a 1x2 plate and this one sits right on those 2 studs there. This 1x2 tile sits on that other stud. And then I'm going to use this piece. This one is a 2x2 modified tile with the 2 studs. If you don't have this piece, I've been known to make my own version of this. This originally was a 2x2 plate, and I just shaved down the studs on that one side. As long as this is smooth, it will work just as well as this piece here. This one I'm just gonna set in there right like that for now. Next, this is a 1x2 plate and another 1x2 plate. This is a 1x3 plate. And then I'm going to put this 1x4 plate there and a 1x2 plate here. And these 2x2 corner tiles, this one is going to sit right like that, and it's going to overlap that other tile. And this one is going to sit here. So they kind of puzzle piece together. Next, this 1x6 brick sits right here, and another 1x6 brick right behind it. These 1x2 tiles are going to sit right here on these white studs. This is a 1x4 brick that's going to sit right down there in that cavity. And then I have a 1x1 plate, a 1x4 plate, and another 1x1 plate. Okay, we will continue to build up the edges. I've used mostly 1x4 plates and 1x2 plates. You can also use 1x6 plates like I have in the white. It's just basically up to you and the pieces that you have. I personally think that a 1x2 and a 1x4 is a little bit more useful for future puzzles than a 1x6, but use what you have, and hopefully you will have the right pieces to make this puzzle box. This one kind of has some weird pieces in it. And it can be color dependent too, depending on how much you want it to look like a fall guy. And then again, if you have a 6x6 plate, that's better. I had this 4x6 plate and a 2x6 plate, so that's what I'm going to use. Okay, I'm gonna start with this 1x4 tile. That one goes here. And then I have a 1x2 plate and a 1x1 plate. And I'm going to repeat that on the other side, 1x2 and a 1x1. These 2x4 tiles sit right behind that 1x4 tile. A 1x2 brick on each side. And then I have a 1x4 plate and a 1x2 plate. I'm going to top that off with this 1x6 plate in white. And then over these 3 studs, I have a 1x3 plate in white and another one for the other side. All right, building up the layers a little bit more. I actually want to note that you can replace the 1x4 and the 1x2s on these particular sides, but this side here cannot be connected to this side. And same thing for this down here, because this needs to be able to slide. So if you do any replacements, keep that in mind. This 1x3 plate sits here, and another one on this side. Then I have this 1x6 plate on the back side there. And then I have 4 1x6 bricks. We're going to put one here, there, and then same thing on the other side. And note that this can still move. Okay, next we're gonna make the drawer. And it starts with a 4x4 plate and a 1x4 plate. I'm going to push those 2 together. And then I have 2 of these 2x2 corner panels. If you've built the vending machine, you probably have these pieces, but you may have to sabotage the vending machine. These 2 are gonna sit along this back side there, connecting those 2 plates together. And then these 2 are also called panels. They're called 1x2 panels. Those sit along the edge there. I have 3 1x2 tiles. And then I have these 1x1 corner panels. They sit here. This is a 1x2 Technic brick with an axle hole. That sits there. And then this piece here is part number 2736. And it's called a Technic axle toe ball. That one is going to sit right in that axle slot. And then we're going to top it off with a 1x4 tile. Okay, next we're going to make the winning crown. I'm going to start with this 3x3 black plate and put this 1x1 tile right in the middle. And then this piece, you need 8 of those. This is part number 22388, and I bought it in this tan color, and it's called a quadruple convex pyramid. So these just go along the edge, and this will make our winning crown for our fall guy. And it's going to sit right inside that drawer that we just made. So we're going to put it right like that. And then this piece is going to sit right into our fall guy's belly like that. Okay, next I'm going to take this 1x2 plate and put it here, and a 1x4 plate on this side, and the same thing on the other side, a 1x2 and a 1x4 plate. A 1x6 would also work there. This 1x2 brick is going to sit right here. And next I have a few unusual pieces. This is a 1x1 Technic brick with a hole. I'm going to take this pin, it's pin on this side and axle on that side, and I'm going to stick the pin into the brick like that. Next we have this piece, and this one is called a 1x2 plate that's modified with the pinhole on the bottom. It also is available with a pinhole on top, but we want it on the bottom. So first I'm going to take this sloped piece here, and you may want to glue this piece. I think it works fine without gluing, but if you like to glue, that would be a good spot to glue so that piece stays on securely. And then I'm just going to put this axle portion into the hole right there. So the piece should look like this. It should be able to rotate freely. And then next I have a 1x2 plate, and that goes on top like this. I don't know if you can see this, but I have shaved down this edge right here of the plate. This is the only piece that's franken-bricked in our Fall Guys puzzle box. And this is going to sit right like this. So this piece is going to be our locking mechanism, and it's going to just sit up above the other bricks for now. Okay, next we are going to continue with some plates. I have a 1x2 plate here and a 1x4. And again, we want to keep this wall totally independent of this piece here. Your plate should not span across both of them in this direction. That will lock them together, and we don't want that. A 1x4 plate here and a 1x2 plate. And next I have a 2x4 plate that goes here. This portion, you can use any combination of plates that you want, as long as we leave a space here and as long as they don't connect to these two outside walls. This is a 2x3 plate that I've used, a 2x4 plate, another 2x4 plate, and then I have these two 1x2 plates. Okay, now we have a 1x1 brick on each side in this dark purple color, a 1x1 tile on each side, and then a 1x4 brick, or a 1x4 plate on each side. And then we want to put this 1x3 plate like this, and then just the rest need to be tiles. This is the configuration of tiles that I have and that I've used, but you can use any combination of tiles in this area. These internal ones don't have to be that azure, that medium azure color, but the ones that are facing the outside should be, if you want it to look like the Fall Guy. And actually the first two rows of this front side that has the toe ball. Okay, this is the piece that I had franken-bricked, and I want you to see that this is the side that was shaved down here, and I shaved just the tiniest bit so that it could be flush with this surface now that the tiles are in. It can still work if you don't franken-brick this piece, but I think it works just a little bit better if that piece is flush and not getting caught on the piece that's going to sit above it. This is a 1x8 plate, and it's important that you have a plate that spans this entire length here. It just adds a lot more structure and helps this button to kind of work a little bit more cleanly. This is a 1x3 plate and a 2x3 plate. And then on this side I have a 1x3 plate, a 1x1 plate, and a 1x2 plate. And these tiles are going to sit right on top of these studs here. I have a 1x1 tile and a 1x2 tile. In this cavity here, I'm just gonna rest this 1x1 plate and then the 1x4 for now. And then on top of that 1x4, I have a 1x2 in blue and then this 1x2 in the dark purple. this is all just free floating for the time being. There was one more piece I forgot in the last round, and it's this 1x2 plate. This is going to sit right there. All these pieces are just kind of still floating. If you want to take them off, that's fine too. We might just set them to the side for right now. Next we are going to make a key. It starts with this 1x4 tile and a 2x2 corner tile. These are both going to sit upside down, and this corner tile is going to sit right in the middle. There should be one stud length on each side. And then I have a 2x2 inverted tile. This one is going to sit right there. So your key should look like this. And we're going to place this right in the box like that. Okay, now I have these 2x3 plates in the dark purple color. This one goes here, another one there, a third one here, a fourth there, and a 1x2 plate here. And this was the piece that just kind of was floating there. Okay, now we're gonna work on the arms. This particular piece has several 1x2 modified plates. I'll start with this one right here. It's part number 60478, and it's a modified plate with bar handle on the end. And I have it in the dark bluish gray color. This piece is part number 22890, and it's a 1x2 modified plate with a toe ball on end. These claw hand pieces, this is part number 15208, and it is a 1x2 modified plate with 3 teeth or a claw. And then this part here is part number 14704, and it's a modified plate with a small toe ball socket on the side. And then I have this 1x1 plate. This is part number 61252 with the open O clip on the end. So we're gonna start with these 2x4 plates, and I'm going to put the claw pieces on the end. And then I have 2 1x2 plates. If you have a 2x2, that will work here. And this pink color is the dark pink. I'm going to put this piece here, the open O clip 1x1 plate, and then just a regular 1x1 plate on the end. And then that toe ball socket piece is gonna go there. And then we're just gonna put tiles over top. I'm going to connect that one in like that, and same for this. This is a 1x8 tile, and I'm just going to put this piece here like that, this one on this side, and then I'm going to leave a space and put a 1x1 round plate, leave another space, and put another 1x1 round plate. These two connect, and then there's the spaces in between that one. And then if we have our puzzle box, those pieces are kind of pesky for the time being. It's just gonna sit right on top like that. All right, we can finally secure these pieces in. I have a 4x6 plate in the dark purple there, and a 1x6 plate, and another 1x6 plate. If you can find a 6x6 plate in dark purple, that's even better, but I couldn't find one. And then along these edges, ideally, a 1x6 tile would be best. That's what I will include for the instruction manual and for the rebrickable link. So if you're looking for where do I put these 1x6 tiles, they go along these shoulders here. Right now I'm substituting 1x2s because I don't have a 1x6. But like I said, I will use a 1x6 for the instruction manual. Okay, next we have a 1x4 plate and a 1x2 plate, a 1x2 brick, and a 1x1 brick, a 1x2 tile. This is an internal one, so I've chosen white, and a 1x1 brick. And then there are 3 2x2 tiles, a 1x2 brick, a 1x2 plate, a 1x1 tile. Let's see. Next comes this one, a 1x2 tile in the dark pink color, a 1x1 plate, a 1x1 tile, and a 1x2 brick. Okay, we have a 1x2 plate and a 1x1 plate, and then 3 1x2 plates, 2 in the dark pink color and then that middle one in white, and then 2 1x1 bricks that sit on the end like that. Next we have 2 keys. This first one starts with a 1x4 plate, a 1x2 plate lined up with that second stud there, and then a 1x1 plate here. I'm going to connect all of those with this 2x2 tile, and then these 1x1 tiles on the end. And ideally this 1x1 tile would be this same dark pink color. I didn't have that, so I'm going to use the dark purple, but in the instructions that should be a dark pink. Next key, we have a 2x3 plate and 2 1x2 plates. Those get pushed together and connected with these 1x4 tiles. This is a 1x1 tile and a 1x1 plate, and then a 1x2 tile over top. And these 2 keys, this one is going to sit in here like this, and this one is going to sit there on that side. This 1x4 plate is going to sit right back here, and then the a 2x3 plate sits here. This is just going to be a free-floating 1x4 tile that sits there, and a 2x4 plate here. On this front side we have a 1x4 plate. On the ends are 1x1 plates, and then in the middle is a 1x2 tile. These are 1x1 bricks that are modified with a stud on the side. I'm going to connect a 1x1 plate in black, a 1x1 plate in white, and then a 1x1 tile on top. I'm going to set that one right on that stud. And then on this side we have our 1x1 brick with the stud on the side, a 1x1 plate, and a 1x1 tile. And that one sits right here. And that's going to be our face of our fall guy. Okay, this is a 1x4 plate there on that side, another 1x4 plate, and a 1x2 plate. And I'd like to show you this top portion of our fall guy's head. This is all just filler right now. If you wanted to put additional puzzle in this space here, there is plenty of room for more puzzle. So just keep that in mind as you're building yours. I'm going to start with this 1x4 plate, and it just sits right on top of our fall guy's eyes, connecting those 2 bricks right there. And then to the side of that I have a 1x1 brick, and then down here we have an additional 1x1 brick. This one sits down 1 level, a 1x4 brick here, a 1x4 brick along the back, and another one on the side here. And then to fill in his head I just have these 2x4 bricks. These can be any color, they don't have to be this dark pink color. You may see part of it kind of by his mouth there, so you may want the pink, but maybe you don't. Maybe you don't have this color. It can be a little bit more difficult to find. All right, we're gonna start with these tiles here. I have a 2x4 pink tile, this 2x4 white, and then an additional dark pink on the other side, a 1x4 plate, and a 1x2 plate. I think I call those tiles, but they're actually plates. And now we're going to build his headband. We have a 1x6 plate there, another 1x6 plate, a 1x4, and a 1x4. Okay, next we are going to start with this lilac color. And I have a 1x6 plate there, a 1x4 plate, another 1x4. And then ideally, if you have a 1x6, use that. I did not have that, so I'm using a 1x4 and a 1x2. These 1x4 bricks are gonna go right in this open space here. You could leave that open if you wanted to. I decided to fill it in, but that's up to you. And then a 1x6 on each side and a 1x4 in front and back. Okay, the next layer will be this 2x6 plate, another 2x6 plate here, and then two 2x3 plates, mostly because I didn't have a third 2x6 plate. And then for the next layer, we have 3 2x4 plates. Like that. Okay, and then to finish off our Fall Guys head, we have these 3 1x2 tiles. Those go along the back here. And then another one in the front. This is a 2x2 jumper. This, I have it in the magenta color because I couldn't find one in the dark pink, but the instructions will have a dark pink one there. And then this piece is part number 15068, and it's a 2x2 curved slope piece. These just go along the side of his head to give him a little bit of curve. Next, we're going to work on the bottom part of his pants and his feet. All right, next we are going to take these 2x6 plates and just put them on the outer edges of the box like this. These will be the bottom parts of his pants. And then a 1x6 plate like that. So there'll be a little space in between. And then for his feet, I've used these 2x4 plates in the dark blue color. And then I've stacked 3 2x3 plates. I looked for bricks, but I was not able to find them easily, so I just went for the 2x3 plates stacked instead. Those will sit on the back side there, leaving one little spot here for this white tile. And I like to put this first foot kind of on this inside edge and have it flush with the edge of the box. And then I like to sit this one back so that his feet are staggered. And that is the Fall Guys Lego puzzle box. One last thing, in order to lock the box, you need to take a tool, which we've already hidden our tool, so I'm gonna take a different tool. To lock it in place, you wanna find this opening with the white tile and just push that little piece in, just slightly, so that this portion should not be able to move. All right, I hope you enjoyed this full tutorial. And if you like this video, if you like Fall Guys, if you like Cheat 3, give us a like. Bye.